believe we're in the last week of September. I'm gonna have to change my calendar soon. Well, you know we've been talking about Joseph. And in today's story, we're going to follow Joseph's brothers as they travel to Egypt to find, drumroll please, food. But guess what? They find so much more, and I don't want to give it away, so I'll just leave it at that. But let's go continue worshiping and listening to Ollie. Here we go.
I've heard 1,000 stories of what others think you're like, but I've heard the sweetest whisper of love in the dark of night, and you tell me you are pleased and that I am never alone. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. I see many looking for answers far and wide, but I know we're all looking for answers only you provide, and you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Touch my head, stomp my feet, because I love the way that God made me. I move my head and shake my knees, because I love the way that God made me. Wake up in the morning and I wiggle my toes, wiggle my toes. Oh, I stretch out my arms and I'm scratching my nose, scratching my nose. So I clap my hands and stomp my feet, because I love the way that God made me. I move my head and shake my knees, because I love the way that God made me. Hey. I love the way that God made me. Oh, I love the way that God made me. Oh, I love the way that God made me. Oh, I love the way. I love the way. Made all the
know what time it is.
Time to hear a story full of wonder. There's so much fun we'll have learning together. So let's go down to the clubhouse with Ollie and his friends. Let's go down to the clubhouse where wonder never ends at the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you at the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you.
Yep, I have strawberries for Kai and gummy worms for Lucy. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the clubhouse. It's me, Manny, and I'm so happy to see you today. So I'm making sure we have all the things we need for everyone to follow their ice cream sundae plans. Let's see. Kai wants vanilla ice cream. Check. Lucy wants chocolate ice cream. Check. Now let's check our toppings. Kai wants whipped cream. Check. And strawberries. Check. Lucy wants gummy worms. Check. I want chocolate syrup. Oh, and sprinkles. Lots of sprinkles. Wow, I think we have everything we need for everyone to follow their ice cream sundae plans. And each plan is different.
Hoo, hoo.
Hey, it's Ollie.
Hello, Manny. Hoo, hoo. Following some party plans, are you?
Hi, Ollie. I sure am. Everybody has a different plan for their ice cream sundaes.
You have many different plans. It's true. I have a story about the best plan for you. Just listen to this story. Just follow me through. Hoo, hoo.
Follow me through, follow me through. Ollie's got a Bible story for me and you.
Ready? And go! Oh, hi, friends. I'm Carrie the dog walker, and this is my best dog, Stormy Jane, and her friends, Goldie and Barkley. We're celebrating Ice Cream Sunday Month with a doggy Sunday party. I think they like them. We're also celebrating because we have been learning about God's plan for Joseph, and today we get to hear the last part of his story, and it is awesome. Do you know who this is? Yep, it's Joseph. He always trusted in God's plan. And these are Joseph's 11 brothers who got super mad and jealous when their dad gave Joseph a special coat and didn't give them one. So they stole the coat, threw Joseph in a hole, and sent him with people who took him far away from home where he was thrown in jail. Then Joseph was taken out of jail, helped the Pharaoh learn about his dreams, and got put in charge of giving hungry people food. Wow, 3 cheers for God's plan. God's plan is awesome. Hip, hip, hooray. Can you say that with me? Ready? Hip, hip, hooray. One more time. Hip, hip, hooray. No matter how hard it was, Joseph knew that God loved him, that God was always with him, and that he could trust God's plan. But that's not the end of the story. There is more to God's plan. Remember Joseph's brothers? Well, now, back at home, wait a minute. Stormy Jane, you're not a brother in the story. Get out of there, silly dog. That's better. Okay, so back at home, the brothers were super hungry and had no food. And guess where they had to go to get food? You got it. They had to go see Joseph because he was in charge of all the food. But they didn't know Joseph was in charge. Well, one day, Joseph was at the palace when his brothers came looking for food. Joseph was so surprised to see them. Show me your surprised face. That's good. Joseph had a choice to make. Choice 1, he could forgive his brothers and give them food to eat. Or choice 2, he could just send them away hungry. What do you think God wanted Joseph to do? Choice 1, you're right. That's exactly what Joseph did. Joseph forgave his brothers and gave them food to eat. He even gave them a hug and was happy to see them. It was the best ending to the story because Joseph followed God's plan. I love how Joseph followed God's plan. I want to follow God's plan, and you can too. God's plan is the best plan. Oh, hey, Ollie. Ollie, tell me, who has a plan for you?
God has a plan for me. Yes, it's true. Now let's hear it from you. Tell me, who has a plan for you?
God has a plan for me. That's the truth, friends. You better believe it. See you next time. Bye.
So there's your story. It's all true. God has the best plan of all, for me and for you.
Thanks, Ollie!
Goodbye to you. Hoo, hoo.
Wow, what a great story. Joseph's life really shows us how God's plan is always the best plan. God loves us so much and always has the best plans for us. I think I got the story. Did you get it? If you did say got it, get it? Got it! Good! God's plan is always the best plan. But we have some great plans for our ice cream sundae party too. I can't wait for the party to start. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Ollie, thanks for such a great story again today. It is time for our memory verse. And this is our last time saying it this month, but it doesn't mean that it has to be our last time saying it. That's why we memorize these verses, so that we have them stored away in our hearts and in our minds. And that way when we're feeling sad or upset or lonely or just confused, we can think back to this verse and remember what God says to us. So let's try it all together. Are you ready? Here we go. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11. Here we go again. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11. Awesome job, friends. I'll see you next time.
Two, three, four. A long time ago, Jesus said, I want you to come with me, and all the things that you will see when you believe in me. I want you to be the feet and tell the people everywhere about me. I want you to come with me, and all the things that you will see when you believe in me. I want you to be the feet, and tell the people everywhere about me. I want you to come with me, and all the things that you will see when you believe in me. I want you to be the feet, and tell the people everywhere about me. I want you to be the feet, and tell the people everywhere about me. And tell the people everywhere about me. And tell the people everywhere about me.
Jesus, you have been so faithful. Jesus, you have been so true. I will be forever thankful, 'cause I never had a friend like you. darkest valley, you with me on the mountaintop. I'm thankful that you never leave me, and that your love will never stop. Help me to be who you've been to me, to everyone I see. Let us love one another with a love like no other yet. That's the way you love us, God. Never turn away, you are with us every day, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. Your love is always been beginning to end. There's never been a better friend. So let us love one another with our love like no other, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. I wanna thank you for being a friend who's always by my side. I wanna thank you for the way you love me all my life. I wanna thank you for being a friend who's always by my side. I wanna thank you for the way you love me all my life. Love one another with a love like no other, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. Never turn away, you are with us every day, yeah. That's the way you love us, God. Your love is always been beginning to end. There's never been a better friend. So let us love one another with our love like no other, yeah. That's the way you love us, God.
Hi! You caught me looking at my phone. When I wasn't texting, I was looking at pictures of my friends. Oh, I'm so lucky to have good friends. And we've been through so many things together. I mean, even this year, this is a picture of me and my friends before we had to wear masks together. And then here's a picture of me and my friends after we had to wear masks together. When you're friends with someone for a really long time, you go through lots of things and lots of seasons. But I'm still so grateful for them. Remember that friendship we've been talking about all month means using your words and actions to show people that you care. Well, today we're going to hear a story about the ultimate friend, the best friend, the perfect friend. Who's that? Jesus. So let's hop to the story and see how Jesus is a perfect friend, and we'll compare notes after.
Five minutes on the other side, and I will have the perfect imaginary burger. Hey there, Haley here. I am practicing for a cookout I'm having next week, and I'm not actually cooking anything right now. I'm inside. That would be a cook-in. So I've never really cooked for any of my friends before, so I just wanted to be prepared because I want them to still be my friends after the cookout's over. Just kidding, that's not how friendship works. Friendship is using your words and actions to show others you care. I don't think friends should stop being friends for little things like food tasting bad. It's delicious. And I think you can even stay friends with someone if they, say, accidentally burn you with a hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, ha, 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 ha. Friendship can last through most anything, unless a friend makes fun of my hat, then it's over. Oh, time to flip an imaginary burger. Woo! Today's story is about a time when one of Jesus's friends did something really bad. Jesus could have flipped out. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. I'll see you soon. Oh, let's see. Can't turn the camera off with the mids. Sorry.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John, chapter 21, verses 1 through 19.
Peter hauled in the knotted net yet again as the first light of dawn gleamed in the eastern sky.
Empty. Not a single fish all night.
Thomas shook his head.
I doubt we'll catch a thing before it's time to take the boat in.
John studied Peter thoughtfully.
Peter, you didn't really want to catch fish anyway, did you? You just wanted to get out in the boat and do something normal.
Peter shrugged, but he knew John was right. Over the past few weeks and months, everything in his life had turned upside down. First, Peter had shown the courage to speak the truth about his friend Jesus.
You are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God.
Many people wanted to make Jesus king, even though the religious leaders hated him. The day before Jesus was killed, Peter had promised Jesus that he would follow him anywhere, and even give up his life for Jesus. But that very evening, Jesus was arrested. Peter was so scared he told 3 different people he wasn't Jesus' friend.
I don't know that man.
Peter felt sick about what he'd done, especially when Jesus was nailed to the cross and died. But then he returned to life. He appeared to his friends. It was amazing, incredible. Everyone was excited beyond belief. Except Peter must have wondered.
Is Jesus mad at me? Am I still his friend? Does he still love me?
Now Peter found himself in the boat, trying to figure it all out. His fingers tightened on the wet rope as he prepared to cast the net one more time. As he glanced over on the shoreline, he saw a figure standing there.
Friends, don't you have any fish?
Nope, not one.
Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some fish.
The 7 disciples in the boat exchanged glances as Thomas laughed.
I seriously doubt it.
You guys have anything better to do? Let's give it a try.
Together, the men heaved the heavy wet net back into the sea on the other side.
Hey, I think we've got something.
Bring it on in. There's 1 fish.
2 fish.
A red fish. Ugh.
A blue fish. And another one. And another 10. Whoa! Need some help here.
The net was so full of fish, they couldn't haul it into the boat. They began towing it to shore. John gaped at the man still standing on the beach.
It's the Lord.
Excitement raced through Peter's veins. He was about to see Jesus again. But just as quickly, guilt gnawed at his stomach. Facing Jesus meant he had to face how he denied knowing Jesus.
But it's Jesus. I've got to see him no matter what.
Grabbing his coat, Peter jumped out of the boat and into the water. He half ran and half waded to the beach when he discovered that Jesus started a small bonfire. Fish and bread were already toasting over the flames.
He's God's son and he's making breakfast for us.
Jesus smiled at Peter.
Bring some of the fish you have just caught.
Yes, Lord.
Peter ran back to the lapping water to help his friends haul their fish to shore.
153.
You counted?
Don't doubt it.
Jesus gestured to the disciples to join him around the fire.
Come and have breakfast.
As the disciples gathered, Jesus offered them bread to eat. John whispered to Peter,
This is what he did when we last ate together at the Passover meal.
When breakfast finished, the disciples rose to take care of their fish. Peter found himself walking beside Jesus. There were so many things he wanted to say, but he couldn't find the words.
Simon Peter, do you really love me more than these others do?
Peter swallowed hard. Surely Jesus knew what he felt.
Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.
Feed my lambs.
Peter remembered how Jesus would compare people to sheep in his stories.
Peter, do you really love me?
Lord, you know that I love you.
Take care of my sheep.
Sheep? People. Peter waited in his mind. Jesus must be telling Peter to take care of the people who had followed him.
Peter, do you love me?
Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.
Feed my sheep.
Just as Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times, he now confirmed 3 times that he loved Jesus. What's more, Jesus wanted Peter to go out and share that love with others.
He's forgiven me, even after what I did.
Peter, things are going to get even more difficult for you. You are going to be led places you do not want to go.
Peter slowly nodded his head. He was willing to do anything Jesus asked of him.
Follow me.
Yes, Lord, I will.
Because Jesus had forgiven him, Peter was now free to share the love of God with those around him, without carrying around a heavy load of guilt.
Okay, so picture this. You have a best friend. You do everything together. You eat together. You play games together. You tell each other everything. And then, when your life gets really hard and you need your friend there the most, your friend pretends she doesn't even know you. That's not cool, friend.
Wouldn't that make you so mad? It would make me want to say goodbye to that friend forever. But Jesus didn't do that when Peter pretended not to know him. Instead, even though he must have felt so hurt inside, Jesus forgave Peter. Now, I know what you may be thinking. It was pretty cool for Jesus to forgive Peter like that. It was. But guess what? Jesus forgives you and me like that too. Anytime we mess up, we break a rule, or we do something we know is wrong, Jesus forgives us. That's because he loves us so much, and because our relationship is more important to him than our mess ups. That's why the one thing to remember today is this. Friends, forgive one another. Jesus forgives us, so we should forgive others. Our friendships should be more important than our mess ups. I'm not saying it's easy to forgive. It's not. You're going to need God's help, but get this. When you choose to forgive, it can help you feel better inside. It can help your friend feel better inside, and it'll make your cookouts way more enjoyable. Speaking of, this imaginary corn is almost done roasting. Oh, look at that. Oh, what? Oh, this is gonna taste so good when they're real. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, again with the mitts.
All right, before we compare our notes about the story, let's review our memory verse. And this month we have actions, remember? So exciting. All right, ready? Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times. They are there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17. One more time. A friend loves at all times. They are there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17. I bet you memorized it this month. I could feel it. Well, what did you think of our story? Does it feel amazing to know that Jesus forgives? He forgave Peter for walking away and denying him. He is so gracious and quick to forgive, and that's what he wants us to be. When you're friends with someone for a really long time, it's almost inevitable you will argue or fight or disagree or hurt each other's feelings. And that's why forgiveness is so important. It's important to forgive and be forgiving, because then we can experience on earth with each other just what Jesus does to us, for us. It's amazing. It's a beautiful picture of God's love when friends forgive. And so I challenge you to be forgiving and to ask for forgiveness when we know we have done wrong. But you know what else I challenge you to do? To share with your friends when they hurt your feelings. That can feel like the scariest and hardest part sometimes. When a friend hurts your feelings and they don't know that they've done it. It feels scary to be like, hey, I love you, but you hurt my feelings. But it's so important. It's important because it makes your friendship richer and deeper, and it reminds you that you can have this relationship where you share openly and truthfully and then forgive one another, just like Jesus does for us. So I challenge you to be a friend who forgives, who is forgiven, and who shares truthfully and honestly about what's happening in your relationship, whether if someone hurt your feelings or not. And these can all be hard things for grown-ups. So, we just work on it together a little bit at a time. But that's my challenge. We have talked about so many beautiful aspects of friendship this month. We've talked about how friends love each other and friends care about each other and encourage one another, and now that they forgive one another. So it has been beautiful, and it actually has made me miss you even more, if that's possible, because I miss seeing you as friends and giving you squeezes on Sundays and encouraging you. So just know that I'm thinking about you every day, especially this month while we've been talking about friendship. Well, that's what I think. And I love you, and I hope you have a really great week in school. I know for some of you that might even mean going into the school building, and some of you that might mean staying on the computer, and no matter how you're doing it, you're doing a great job, remember? And I will see you next week, and we'll talk about something totally new because it's a new month. Get excited. I'll see you soon.
So clap